Hey, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, ES continued to balance within the recent range with responsive buyers active at the 51.5 support. At this point, heading into the open, not a whole lot has changed since yesterday. The market is still in a very balanced state, and we know that eventually it's going to tip one way or the other, and we're either going to see a breakout above 62.5 to 65 or a breakdown below 51 quarter to 53 quarter. So that's really the short-term range that we're working with. As long as buyers can hold ES above 51 quarter to 53 quarter, given the larger time frame bullish bias, they can still maintain control. And if we get a break below 51 quarter, then at least in the short term, we could see some long liquidation and a move down into at least 46 and quite possibly into the 41 quarter to 43 quarter and 38 quarter to 39 half. So right now, heading into the open, our short-term directional bias is going to be very neutral, and we have to be flexible with our bias on the day time frame and really be open to a move in either direction. Now, because the larger time frame bias is bullish, we are going to give buyers the benefit of the doubt, which means that if we are not seeing any strong signs one way or the other in real time, then by default, we'll give more edge to the buy side. But we do have to be flexible on the day time frame and be prepared for a move either below the initial support zone or above the initial resistance zone. And if there's not sufficient volume on the day time frame, then we could just continue to balance within the recent range. So ES could just test the upper edge of the balance or extend the balance by a little bit beyond 2168 and then just continue to trade within a range. So in order to get a sustained breakout above 62.5 to 65, we are going to have to see broad market strength, the other markets participating in the upside move, and some pretty decent upside momentum on the NYC tick. So right now, off the open, keep an eye on 51 quarter, 53 quarter. Short term, we have some pre-market resistance here at 57.5 to 58.5. If ES can take that out, that would be the first sign that buyers are starting to step back in. And then beyond that, we have the high volume node at 2160, the previous VPOC at 2161. That's another small area of resistance. And if we can take it out, again, it would just confirm that buyers are regaining control. But the main area of resistance today is 62.5 to 65, which marks the recent and short-term balance area high with the all-time high at 2168. So until we get a real directional move outside of this range, either above initial resistance or below initial support, the short-term bias is going to continue to be neutral and the larger time frame bias continues to be bullish. So those are the main ideas heading into the open. We're essentially just going to be looking for a move outside of this range, but until that move happens, the market is in a very balanced state and it's going to take either some decent weakness to break to the downside or some pretty decent strength to break to the upside. And if things remain mediocre, then we can still continue to balance within a range. So those are the main ideas. Let's see if one side can really take over today, and we'll take it from there.